Hold on. Let me poll. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What is going on? It's Good Wednesday. On this Good Wednesday. What is going on, people? Matt Bob Evans. We down on the farm. I actually used to work here. I used to work at Bob Evans. My girl work here now. But yeah, Kid Cudi. I'm gonna start in a minute. Let some people get up in here. We're gonna start. We got Kid Cudi testifying today. Is Tory Lanez innocent? Will he be freed? He almost lost free. Whack 100 and Rat Williams, Charleston White, they sat down. Then I really want to talk about like life shit, like grief, dealing with losses of loved ones, and how you never really get over the loss of a loved one. You know what I mean? It gets easier as time go by, but anything can trigger like that grief. And then parenting, like unconditional love. Like, do you show your loved ones unconditional love?
Is anybody out here party missing the
What up? If y'all in the chat, let me know where y'all from. About to start in like 2 seconds. Y'all in the chat, let me know where y'all from. Rep y'all state. But yeah, Kid Cudi is testifying either right now. He already testified. The Diddy trial is. It's all over the news every day. Every day of the week is something crazy is dropping. First, we got the Cassie. That was a whole bunch of bombshells with that. Cassie got urinated on in her mouth, right? Diddy. The next day, Diddy likes man juice on his nips. Like what type of freaky man? What type of freaky man is this? Every day at this Diddy trial, we getting something crazy. But one of the crazy, and today we gonna get Kid Cudi's. What up, Ariana? Gary, where you from, Ariana? Let me know where y'all from. I'm from Ohio. But yeah, the craziest thing I heard in the Diddy case, though, so far, is that he extorted mom. Now this is a billionaire, whatever. I don't know if he's a billionaire, but a millionaire. He made Cassie's mom. This is crazier than all the freaky stuff he was doing to me. He extorted and made Cassie's mom give him $20,000, and she didn't have $20,000. She had to go take out a loan to get the $20,000 to give to him. Right? That was the crazy. Like, you gotta, like, beyond diabolical. That's beyond evil. This is your girl, and you go to your mom's girl and say, "Hey, I need $20K to ensure your daughter's safety." Now, I didn't see what exactly she did, like why he needed that, but he said something about her safety. I don't know if she did this or stole something from. He made her mom, which she testified, Cassie's mom testified, that she had to take out a loan to give Diddy 20K. Like, and then so today, Kid Cudi's testifying. Now, we know from the Cassie lawsuit last year that allegedly Diddy orchestrated the blowing up of Kid Cudi's car. Now, that's how jealous. This is the type of person. This is how evil and jealous this man is. He was so jealous of Cassie dating Kid Cudi that he allegedly blew up this man's car. And they had to sit down. Cassie, Kid Cudi, and Diddy, right? They had to sit down to, I don't know, talk about their issues or whatever. They talk, and Kid Cudi, before the conversation is over, Kid Cudi says, "Well, what about my car? You know what I mean? Like, you blew up what about my car?" This man said, "What car, little nigga? What car, little ninja? Like, what? Like, he's son, like, you gotta be a demon to when you blow up somebody's car, they ask you what about their car, and you say what car, you on a whole nother level. Like, so I'm really we're gonna see later on what exactly comes out in Kid Cudi's first day of testifying. I don't know if he's gonna be testifying tomorrow too, but he's testifying today. Later on, we'll get the transcripts. YouTubers they'd be online where you can read what he said and what the prosecutors asked him and everything. So supposedly the blowing up of the car is gonna come up, I would assume, and it just shows more of what Diddy was doing as far as like the crimes he was committing. And I'm pretty sure he didn't do it himself, right? Diddy probably didn't go set the thing up to blow up the car. He probably had someone do it. So this is showing that like he has co-conspirators, people that are helping him commit crimes, right? That's why he got this RICO charge, because it's not just him doing it. Even though he's the only one charged, it's not just him doing it. He has a team around him that all his little evil plans, his little crime, his little demonic stuff he doing is all orchestrated by the people around him. His assistant testified, I think yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Yeah. His assistant said, now this is crazy. His assistant choked up or smacked, I think he smacked the cook. And this is the same cook and this cook was getting abused. It was a female. She got hit by the assistant, right? And when he came to Diddy, and he was like, man, what should I do? I hit her or whatever. We got into it. I hit her because she was getting smart or whatever. He said, man, he's like, what's wrong with you? He don't hit women, right? This is coming from Diddy. It's what Diddy's telling his assistant. You don't hit women. He was like, go get her a gift or something. And so what he did was, as the gift, he rolled her up a blunt and gave her a blunt. Like that's a gift? Okay, I guess. But that's a sorry gift for hitting somebody. But this is the same one that Gene Deal said in his interview, the same cook that Diddy threw out. Like y'all know how Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, how he got tossed out in the intro of the house. That's how he tossed this cook, this female, out of his house. Like, she was just getting abused daily, mental abuse, verbal abuse, and physical abuse. Like, I don't know what was so wrong with this chick that they was just putting their hands on her, like just for nothing, like just two people in the house. And the crazy part is Diddy told this man, hey, you don't hit women, don't hit her, whatever. And then he do the same thing. And on the other hand, he abusing Cassie at the same time. So who is you to tell somebody don't put your hands on women, and you the main perpetrator of putting your hands on women? Straight cowards. Only cowards put their hands on women, straight up. I never in my life put my hands on a female, ever. I'm not saying get beat up, right, by a female. Like, you can just things you can do to stop a female from hitting you, but I'm not about to punch no female. I'm not about to smack no female. None of that. That's coward stuff. If you want to fight, if you have a problem with a female, tell her to go get her brother or her boyfriend or her dad or somebody and put your hands on a man. Don't put your hands on a female. That's weak to me. It's always been weak. So later on, we're gonna find out what Kid Cudi testify to, and he probably will. And if y'all in the chat, let me know where y'all from. Y'all got questions, let me know. But Kid Cudi testified today. He might be testifying right now. We'll get the transcripts later on what he said, and if the blowing up of the car came up in his testimony. But this is just another person that's testifying to the evil, demonic ish that Diddy was doing. I think Diddy. It's not, see, with the Cassie thing, she was getting beat on a regular. Like, it wasn't just that video. Like, he did that on video, but you think he did that on knowing there was cameras there? What you think he was doing when there wasn't no cameras around? She was getting beat. And this is why she felt like she couldn't leave. He had so much money, so much power that he can use in the industry, and his connections and his money, that he would threaten people. And it's believable because he has these islands, he has these private jets that he could put a body on and you will never be found again, right? So these threats and stuff, people took it as reality. Even Freddie from making a band, he said he'll buy up his whole. Diddy told him whole block, and every time you step out the house, I have somebody shoot at you, right? And Fred took that serious. So, but as far as the casting thing, like how the jury's gonna see it, like okay, physically, yeah, she was not restrained. She could have like left, and she tried to leave, and he would do stuff. He would have he had a phone tapped. He had people watch stalking her. He was stalking her. Like things that she would, like I said, she tried to date Kid Cudi. She did date Kid Cudi. He blew up his car, allegedly blew up his car. So she did try to leave, but this man was so like not taking no for an answer and being demonic and evil that he put the fear of God in her to where she felt like she could not leave. And this is why, through her testimony and through her mom's testimony, anybody else's testimony, I think the jury is going to find him guilty of definitely the things that he did to Cassie, as far as like keeping her in control and making her do these things, even though we know Stockholm syndrome, right? If people get captured, they start to like form a bond with their captors. So even though they're captured, they'll still like say nice things to them or do things that they wouldn't really want to do, but they do it willingly, right? Because they're in that situation. It's called Stockholm syndrome, and that's what Cassie was in. I believe that, yeah, okay, physically she could have ran away, she could have ran to the police, but psychologically and mentally she was trapped. There was not going nowhere. And I think all this testimony that we've heard so far is gonna point to the fact that, yeah, she was really threatened, and the threats were real, and he was putting his hands on her, beating her when she didn't act right or when she tried to leave. So I think in the end, Diddy will be found guilty. I don't know if, as far as the RICO charge, I don't know if he'll get found guilty on like the highest charge, but probably like the next charge down, like he'll get found guilty on those. Now, if y'all in the chat, let me know where y'all from. If y'all got questions, let me know. I ain't been on live in a minute. It's been a minute. I had to take a break. I was getting wore down. Videos every day. I was getting wore out. My mental, I was just tired, right? So I took a little break. If y'all in the chat, let me know where y'all from. This has been my first live in a minute, in a long time. But I'm glad I'm back. I had to take a little break, got refreshed, got right back to it. I drop content every day, either shorts but usually long form videos. So the next thing was Tory Lanez. Is Tory Lanez innocent? And we haven't heard from Tory himself yet. He almost lost his life due to the fact, and supposedly Tory Lanez, he almost lost his life. Like he was like this close to being unalive. And supposedly there's been a whole bunch of rumors, a whole bunch of people coming out and saying what the reason was. Now the first thing was, it was this inmate said that Tory was flirting with his wife during visitation. Okay, that wasn't true. Whack 100 said that wasn't true. Then they said, it was because Tory Lanez girl was calling this inmate's phone, and he didn't want the girl to keep calling his phone, so he stabbed him up. And now just yesterday or today, they came out and said they was talking, like him and the inmate that stabbed him, they was talking ish to each other, and the inmate was like, look, you ain't about to, I'm not the one, you ain't about to just talk ish to me, and I'm not about to do nothing. So as soon as they popped the gates to open up in them early in the morning to let them out their cell, he went behind. He told the one inmate that was his friend in there that he's like, I'm about to get him right now. He's like, oh, chill. And as soon as they popped that lock, they got let out. He went stabbing. They said you can hear Tory Lanez, like the blood going into his lungs, because he got his lungs punctured, and you could hear him like gasping for air. And ish, the dude said, the inmate said, and Tory was like, please get off me, stop, right? He didn't fight back. He didn't have time to fight back. He stabbed him from the back. The inmate didn't even fight him face to face. Didn't stab him up front. He went behind him and stabbed him. That's why he got stabbed in his ribs, his back, and all that. But right before that happened, Tory Lanez's lawyer or whoever said that the bodyguard is now saying that Kelsey, if y'all in the chat, let me know where y'all from. If y'all got questions, let me know. It's a Q&A too. But he said that Tory Lanez, the bodyguard for Kelsey's bodyguard, said that he was protecting her and he didn't want to put a female in prison. So he didn't say this during the trial, which was kind of wild because now you're sending an innocent man to prison. So the bodyguard came out and said Kelsey is the one that shot Meg. Now, Meg came out and said, no, look, this is not true. Leave me the F alone. Tory shot me, end of story. But we all know they was drinking that night, right? We all know when you drinking, your memory and how you perceive things could not be reality. I know I've been in situations, we've all been in situations to where you think something happened one way, but you end up learning later that no, the way you saw it didn't really actually happen. So I believe that Meg Thee Stallion believes, I think she really believes that Tory shot her. But so that could be true, but it also could be true that he didn't shoot her and it was really Kelsey because she's drunk. She could have thought, right, in her mind, she could have thought she saw Tory shooting the gun, but in reality, it could have been Kelsey. Now, Tory also didn't want to snitch and rat on because he was protecting her too. This is why he didn't take the stand, supposedly. Meg said he didn't take the stand and say this because it'd be a lie. That's why she said he didn't take the stand. But for the bodyguard to wait this long and if this is true, send an innocent man to prison, that's wild. You should have said that at the trial because Kelsey wasn't on trial. So they could have said, yeah, Kelsey did it, and Kelsey wouldn't have been having to go to prison because she wasn't charged with nothing. So they could have told the truth if this is the truth. Now, the thing that I for sure, I 100% thought that Tory Lanez was guilty, right, when it happened and during the trial because of I just thought just with all the evidence, I thought that he was guilty, right? But the one piece of evidence that got me thinking that no, this, and then also with this new evidence about the bodyguard saying Kelsey shot her, the other evidence that points to Tory Lanez's innocence is that there was no gunpowder residue on his hands. We all know if you shoot a gun, you will have gunpowder residue. They had 2 tests they gave Tory. One was inconclusive, right? So meaning it wasn't negative or positive. And then another one they took, it was negative. There was no gunpowder residue. They used the inconclusive one though in court, and they didn't bring in the negative one in court. So, but both of those tests are not a positive test for gunpowder residue. They were both saying that. One says we don't know. The other says no, it's not. There's no gunpowder residue. So that's the other key piece of evidence that I believe that points to his innocence. Now he's been saying that even after his conviction, and if y'all in the chat, let me know where y'all from. If y'all got questions, let me know. But we all know that he's steady proclaiming his innocence, right? Even after he got convicted. Who is this? Miss Sa. Let's be clear, the bodyguard making these claims wasn't even there. It was Kelsey's bodyguard, someone who's repeating here, heard 2 years after the thug stopped it. No, okay, so look, Kelsey's bodyguard was there. That's who's saying this. That's who's saying that. Are you saying that that's not who's saying it? You saying it's somebody else that's saying it? Because Kelsey's bodyguard is the one that was supposedly there, right? And seeing her shoot Meg. Okay, but that evidence, if that's true, and with the gunpowder residue being negative and inconclusive, that also points to Tory's innocence. Now, I 100% thought Tory was guilty and especially like this is what you don't do. Cowards beat on women, hit women, and definitely real men don't shoot a woman. Like that's wild, right? Miss Sa said no. Tory Lanez's bodyguard was the one that was there that night. So how did Kelsey's bodyguard come out and say this thing? I don't get. They said that this is evidence that somebody said they saw Kelsey shoot. So how would Kelsey's bodyguard know if they wasn't there? I ain't even hear that. I don't even know about that part. I thought the person that said that was there. But anyway, if say that's not even true, the gunpowder residue, you're gonna have gunpowder residue on your hand if you shoot a gun. It was inconclusive on one test and negative on another, which both of those are not positive. And if he had gunpowder residue, it would be positive, right? So this first happened, I for sure thought Tory Lanez was a scumbag like a weak coward for shooting a female. Like I ain't never put my hands on a female, never will. I think it's some weak coward-ish, and yeah, I don't rock with that at all. People come out and say certain things. Miss Sai, shout out to Miss Sai with the comments. People come out and say certain things for all type of reasons. They get paid. They do it for clout. That's true. That's one thing that is something true that you just said. That look, he could. Tory Lanez, it's possible that he could have paid this bodyguard to say this now, right? That's totally possible. That can't happen. Tory Lanez is a millionaire. He can easily pay someone to say that. But what if it's true though, right? Because we don't know for sure. Like, yeah, he got found guilty in a court of law, but that gunpowder residue is a real big key, I believe, and the lack of the gunpowder residue on his hand is a real big key that points to his innocence. And I was 100% thinking that he was guilty. So I don't know. We'll see. It's come out. Nothing's happened yet. I don't know if he's still in the hospital or what. I haven't heard nothing new about whether he got out the hospital or if he's back in prison or what. But in the coming weeks, we'll probably find out if this, because also somebody in Congress, like a representative in Congress, came out and said that the evidence they have could free Tory Lanez. So we'll see. Because if he really didn't do this, that's wild. If he's really innocent and he got sent to prison, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy as hell. Yeah. Miss Sai, where you from? Let me know where you from. I'm from Ohio. We up at Bob Evans right now. Also, Whack 100 and John Brister. Brister, what up? John Brister, what up? Shout out to John. And shout out to Miss I, my friend, this John from Brooklyn, New York, saying hello to you. What's up, Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9 9s, 10 Mac 10s that never end. That's a Biggie verse, yeah. That's a Biggie freestyle. That was a dope. Shout out to John. Shout out to Brooklyn in the house. I don't need to be a drag. I don't need to be a drag. This is from Miss I. I don't need to be a drag, but I'd like to be factual. You can do a research and you'll find that Tory did test positive for gunpowder. What? I'm going to log off, but it's important to verify. I never heard that. I've never seen that. Everything I seen in my research was that one. But if he had gunpowder residue on his hand, then yeah, he definitely guilty. Miss Sai, born and raised in Cleveland. What? Miss Sai, shout out to Miss Sai from Cleveland. Man, shout out to the comments for you keeping the chat lit. But am a New York girl for over 10 years. Okay, then Cleveland. I'm from Warren, Ohio. It's an hour away from Cleveland. And I lived in Cleveland for 9 months. I actually worked at the Hoffer House as a server when I lived there. Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Miss Sai in the house. And from Cleveland in the house. Born and raised Cleveland, but yeah, that's what's up. Y'all let me know where y'all from in the chat. Y'all got questions, let me know. But Rat Williams, Charleston White, he on downfall. He is not, his interviews do not hit the same. But him and Whack 100 linked up, and Whack 100 pressed him. Blessings to you, young man. Blessings to Miss Sai. Blessings to you. Thank you for the comments and all the facts you were spitting out. Yeah, blessings. God bless you and your family. Hope you have a great day. But yeah. Whack 100 pressed Charleston White about snitching, right? And Charleston White, he at first he was okay. He was like, some stuff he said was crazy, but some stuff he said was really true and truth, right? But he on the whole racist stuff. He done linked up with racist white people in the South and was talking down on black people, and like I ain't with none of that. I think that's some coon clown ass ish. Just for real, how you a black man and you hating on black men and women? Like what? That don't even make sense. Blessings, yeah, that don't even make sense. But they linked up. Whack 100 pressed him about snitching when he was 14, when him and his friends went to the mall, stole some jackets. A good Samaritan stopped him, and one of Charleston White's friends shot him, and Charleston White snitched on him. But then Charleston White, right after that, he goes to jail as a juvenile and becomes a gang member. Like, make it make sense, Charleston. And then he tried to hide the fact He went on he did all these interviews, right? Oh, you can check my name, you can check my profile, you can check my resume, check my paperwork. I ain't never ratted on nobody, never snitched on nobody. All cap, all lies. You ratted on your friend, and then you was talking down on your friend because he was poorer than you and your family, your mom. Like, but you was going over running from your suburban mom's house to your good, nice little living neighborhood, right? Had a good life, spoiled and everything. But you going over to your friend's house trying to play broke and trying to play thug, right? And then even today, even as a grown man, he trying to play like he tough, play gangster, when he is not. None of that, right? He will snitch on you. He will rat on you. And he's not a gangster, but he's talking tough and talking all that gangster-ish. First of all, when you snitch, I'm not a street dude. I'm not in the streets. I work. I got kids. I take care of my kids and I work, right? I don't be out in the streets. But snitching to me is, I 100% disagree with snitching, and it's not even because I'm a street guy. It's because it's a part of the man code to not snitch, and the woman code to not snitch, because look, if you're a man and you're a woman, you're a stand-up man or woman, you hold yourself accountable and you take whatever comes your way. If you did it, right? If you did a crime and you know that this crime can get you locked up in jail, then when it's time, when you get caught for what you did, what you yourself did and what you yourself decided to do, when it's time to do the time for the crime, that's what you do. You don't do a crime and then because you so scary and you so weak that you can't do no jail time, then you go and rat out and snitch on your friends so you can be free and they can be in jail. That ain't how it works. That's a straight coward move. It's just a coward move. Being a man is all about holding yourself accountable, right? We shouldn't even need other people to hold us accountable. We should hold ourselves accountable in a perfect world. But just being a man, you take responsibility for your actions. You do not do something and then try to rat on somebody to skate out of it, of something you did, right? That's not what we do. I ain't never snitched on nobody. I never ratted on nobody. I never will, ever in life. And I've been in situations where I've been in jail. I could have snitched on somebody, and I never would. It's just not it's a coward move. It's a weak move. You weak. If you can do a crime and you that tough to do a crime, then you should be that tough to do your time in jail if you get caught. Straight like that. That's how I feel about it. And then also, I want to talk about grief, right? Losing loved ones. I've been thinking a lot lately about my grandfather, my papa, right? The greatest man I ever knew. He passed away like 5 years ago. He taught me unconditional love. Like, it didn't matter. I was kind of a bad kid growing up, but I struggled with addiction my whole life, right? This man, and I had stolen from my grandfather, and he never treated me different, right? My grandfather showed me unconditional love no matter what I did. He never acted different, never acted funny, never switched up on me, always treated me the same. And I got 4 kids. And what resonated with me, I was trying to think like, man, why was he such a great grandfather? Anybody, if y'all got questions, let me know y'all from, or if y'all in the chat, let me know where y'all from, or if y'all got questions, let me know. But he taught me, like, what resonated with me as far as how my grandfather was like a grandparent to me. Why he was so great is because he showed me unconditional love. And I got 4 kids, and I strive to be just even half the parent that he was. And your kids give you unconditional love, right? And my goal is to, not even for my kids, but for everybody that I love, even for my friends, any of my loved ones, I strive to show them and give them unconditional love. I think we need to get back to that. I think that's been lost. Look, I get people do things to you and you don't want to forget the bad things they did to you, but especially with your kids, there ain't I can't, I'm about to mess with you no more, right? These are your kids. You have to be there for them forever until till your last days on earth. And that's what I'm doing. And the thing that resonated with me as far as with my grandfather is how he showed me unconditional love. No matter what I did, no matter how much I let him down, he never switched up and talked to me different or treated me different. He always showed me unconditional love. And that's what I strive to do with my kids. I hope I have even half of the relationship that he had with me. I hope I had that with my kids. But yeah, I'm about to get off here. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. 7 day, I drop content every day. The 7 Day Theory on YouTube. 7 spelled with the number 7, EVEN. Keep your head up and your eyes open. I'm out. In my life, I forget. Hey.